Plan on going at 5, guys. Plan on going at 5. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Centennial Center for Game 2 of our Peach Belt Conference doubleheader as the Bobcat men take on the USC Aiken men. Alongside Luke Winsel, I'm Scott McLeod. Producer with us, Thompson taking care of business up top. Appreciate everybody helping out with the broadcast as well. The Bobcats come in at 5-6. They're 2-1 in the Peach Belt Conference. Good for a tie for 5th place right now, but they go up against the number 1 team in the conference. Undefeated USC Aiken. They're 3-0 in Peach Belt play, 7-6 overall. And Georgia College coming off a big win to wrap up the 2019 portion of their season. They put 100 on Clayton State, Luke, and had a good ball game as Jordan Thomas led them with 19 points. It was the first 100-point game for the men's basketball team in a decade. The last time they put up 100 was on the against Carver Bible right here at Centennial in December of 2009. They put 122 points on them.
Wow, well, for Georgia College, Jordan Thomas is about as good as they come. He's going to be fun to watch, averaging 20 a game this season, 5 rebounds, almost 3 assists. He'll be a great one to watch for GC. They're facing off against a very balanced team. They'll look for Wesley Simpson and Chris Parks for help, both averaging about 10 points per game. But Georgia College this year has been a good three-point shooting team, about 33% as a team. USC Aiken 29%. Jordan Thomas has been a big part of that, shooting 43.3% from beyond the arc. He'll be a fun one to watch all day long. He's an explosive player, the best player on the Georgia College team, and the best player we'll see on the floor here today.
Well, he is, and we've got a battle of 2 preseason all Peach Belt Conference players in Jordan Thomas and Xavier Barmore from the Pacers of USC Aiken. Barmore was a second-team all-region player last year. He comes in averaging 13 points a contest. 6-foot senior guard, from Seneca, South Carolina, transfer from College of Central Florida, junior college program down there. And he got the job done for them last year. They lost their last time out on Tuesday. On Christmas Eve, they played Southern Wesleyan and fell 78-65. They've got conference wins over North Georgia by 5 points. They beat Columbus State by just 2 and then trimmed Georgia Southwestern by 15 points. So they are 3-0 coming into this contest, and they average about 76 points a ball game. Bobcats average 73. So we're going to see a lot of points, I think, in this one tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, what impresses me for SC Aiken, they have 6 players that average over 9 points per game. The picture of balance. They've got Faison Brock that averages 17 a game, Xavier Barmore 13 a game, Gus Rowland 12 a game, Dill Deng 11 a game, Shaquan Jules 9.7, and Tracus Chris Holmes. So with all of that offense, lots of balance, lots of shooting. It's a pretty efficient team that we're seeing from SC Aiken, especially inside the arc. They will be a force to be reckoned with. That's why they're at the top in the Peach Belt Conference right now.
They're down by 2 on the boards. They trail 39-37 to opponents, while the Bobcats trail 38-40. So neither team lighting it up in terms of getting the rebounds so far this season. Georgia College shooting 33% from downtown, 30% for USC Aiken. So you're right, inside the arc is going to be important for whoever's going to take this one.
Exactly, and for Georgia College, down Cole Roberts right now, I mean, it's hard to rebound. They don't have that big body inside that they did have last year.
Yeah, it's mostly a guard-driven offense. You've got a very young team here. A.J. James comes off the bench and averages about 5 points. He's the leader in blocks for Georgia College, the freshman from Elbert County and a native of Bowman, Georgia. Wesley Simpson's getting the job done for GC. That sophomore from Union Grove up in McDonough area, leading the team in rebounding. How about that for your point guard? The leading rebounder at 8 a ball game and just under 10 points a contest as well. He averages nearly 5 assists a ball game. So Simpson getting the job done on the glass and delivering as well.
Yeah, Simpson was the Bobcat Player of the Week a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago. Put up 21 points in a performance. He has been excellent all year long. done everything and more that he's been asked to do. And as you said, for a point guard to lead your team in rebounding, you do not see that very often at all.
We're getting set for opening tip here as Georgia College entertains USC Aiken. And don't know if we're going to still have Lori Robinson to sing the national anthem. I understand she had some sort of a conflict, so she wasn't going to maybe able to sing the national anthem for us here at the start of our second ball game today. But we'll get through that national anthem for you in just a bit and run through the starting lineups as well as the Bobcats and Pacers get set to do battle here at Centennial to tip off the 2020 portion of our campaign. Andrew Roachford, our public address announcer today. Greg Stevens with the day off. I believe John Millage with a home basketball game today, or maybe on the road. As Greg has a granddaughter playing for the John Millage women. We'll get our national anthem now here at Centennial. We'll get a chance to meet the starters as Georgia College and USC Aiken do battle at Centennial on a Saturday afternoon with everybody in action here today in Peach Belt. And Luke will let you do the honors for the starters here as we have to look up on the board, I guess, to find those starters because we didn't get the starting lineups sent to us.
Now we've got him here for USC Aiken. Number 1, DeMontez Oliver. Number 2, Faison Brock. Number 11, Gus Rowland. Number 23, Dill Dang. And number 24, Robert Hill. Now for Georgia College, number 1, Jordan Thomas. Number 2, Wesley Simpson. Number 10, Brandon Thomas. Number 12, Austin Sloan. And number 24, Justin Cave.
All right, thank you, sir. As the lights go out, we get the video presentation for the Bobcat men. Just their second home game of the season. Remember, they started the year with 9 games away from Centennial. Mark Gaines with a new addition to himself. He hasn't shaved in a while. He's got a beard going for the first time in his adult life. He says he's been shaving every day since he was 20 and decided, for 2020, he'd doesn't like to do resolutions, but he did like to decide to grow the beard today. So fortunate to see that. And it looks a lot different on the big screen with him clean shaven and now with the beard. A lot of gray coming in that beard. I'm one to talk, of course, but Mark has been around the program for many, many years. His 6th year as the head coach. He was the assistant to Terry Sellers for around 10 to 15 years. So he has been a mainstay in the Georgia College program. A nice video presentation prior to the announcement of the starters for the Bobcats. Jordan Thomas leading the Bobcats in scoring at 20.2 points a contest. the junior from Conyers, the Peach Belt Conference All-Conference preseason player. Wesley Simpson, 9.9 points, 8 rebounds a ball game. Sophomore from DeLand, Florida. Graduated from Union Grove in McDonough. Brandon Thomas, 6'3" guard, redshirt freshman from McDonough, 8.5 points, nearly 3 rebounds a ball game. Austin Sloan, 6'7" freshman from Warner Robins in Houston County, 3 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. And Justin Cave rounds out the starting 5, his 8th start of the year. 6'2" sophomore from Savannah and Islands High, 5.5 points, nearly 2 rebounds. Coach Gaines said that they would be rotating a lot of different lineups today because of the inconsistencies that he's seen for his Bobcats so far. They're very young, and every once in a while the youngsters, are going to make a few mistakes, as young people do. And so he's going to be rotating some players in and out, but right now it's the same starting lineup that started at Clayton. They got 100 points up there.
It's an impressive, explosive lineup, obviously led by Thomas, but also you've got Brandon Thomas as well, a transfer in from Mercer University. I had the privilege of watching and covering him in high school a little bit. A fun player to watch, a really good shooter, knockdown type guy. Now Austin Sloan, the freshman, is an explosive player, someone that gets the rim, plays above the rim very well. He'll provide some highlights throughout the year.
Robert Hill got the tip, and the Pacers on the attack at the south end of the floor. Do not adjust your screens. Those are orange shoes for everybody for the Pacers. Reverse layup is good by Gus Rowland. The junior from Richmond, Virginia, puts him on the board first. He averages 12 points a contest. He's out of Chowan University. Bobcats at the north end now. Thomas touches for the first time. Going to pop a 3, and it's off the rim. Skying rebound by Brock. He's their leading rebounder at 7.5 a ball game. They'll get it down to Hill. Hill kicks it back out left side. 3-pointer away and missed it. Had a long time to shoot it because nobody in white was near him. GC with Brandon Thomas has his pocket picked, and it's out of bounds off Brandon. Got to take care of the basketball, and Brandon Thomas is going to learn that. The redshirt freshman in his first year with the Bobcat program, making just his 4th start of the year. A minute gone by. Pacers with the only bucket so far. They'll slow it down now with Rowland. Drop it off to Deng. This again is Rowland. Comes around a screen, top of the circle. Deng for 3, missed it strong, but Hill with a rebound, and it's batted away as Brandon Thompson got a piece of it, but then a follow-up shot, and the Pacers lead it 4-0.
Yeah, good job from Brock there, getting inside, getting the rebound, putting it right back in, giving USC Aiken the 4-0 lead.
Wesley Simpson comes around a pick, and it's a moving pick, and an offensive foul called on Austin Sloan. Freshman kind of threw the elbows out at the last second as he spun into the defender.
That's one of your mistakes that you were talking about that you sometimes see from your younger players. Moving screens, not that common in terms of this level of basketball, but sometimes from freshmen, you will get those types of errors.
Rowland comes around a pick from Hill. Not a Brock. Right side to Deng. Back up top again to Rowland. 2 minutes into the contest, Bobcats trying to get on the board. Deng, going against the man for man, kicks it to the top of the circle left. Brock with a long 2, doesn't get it. And his foul on the ensuing rebound as Sloan will get whistled for his 2nd foul.
I liked Sloan in the post, leading up to the foul, being really aggressive down low, fronting in the post, pushing the guys around down low, but got a little too aggressive there.
Gus Rowland will trigger it in right of the basket. As Sloan collects his 2nd foul in just over 2 minutes. Inbounds to Oliver. Looks back to the sideline. Mark Vanderslice coaching the Pacers once again this year. Nice spin move in the paint, then pinned off the window by Wesley Simpson. Bobcats want to run. Simpson pushes it ahead. And an offensive foul called as Simpson collided with one of the Pacers and knocked him to the deck underneath the basket. And Wesley will get his 1st foul. 3rd on the Bobcats already.
I don't know if it was just a scoreboard error, but they only had Sloan marked with 1 foul up there.
Yeah, I think it's incorrect because he had that offensive foul
Right.
charge. Now here's Rowland for three, and he splashes that one down. And Mark Gaines is going to have a wave change here. 19 three-pointers for Gus Rowland on the season. He's right about at 50% for the year. 19 out of 40 now. And GC yet to get on the board 2.5 minutes into this one. Gracious. So we'll get a fresh 5 out there for the Bobcats, at least 4. We may leave Jordan Thomas on the floor. Nope, he's going to have a seat. So Austin Deckard, Chris Parks, A.J. James, Chris Koneman, and Richard Crawford III. As a full 5 substitution for Mark Gaines, who finds himself down here 7-0.
Well, you don't see that too often where you swap all 5 players this early into a game, not even 3 minutes in, but I think it's merited. It's a slow start for his team. He wants to change things up and get things going.
Nice try for Brock. He gets helped up to his feet as he dove to get that loose basketball, knocked it away and then dove for it. Right down in front of the producer there. GC to inbound it, get it to Parks. Parks gives you that big body at forward. Coach Gaines likes his forwards. He says they each have something different to contribute. Koneman clapping for the ball. He's going to contribute with a 3 and drop it in. Christian Koneman, 9 out of 22 for the year from downtown.
Yeah, he's a really nice shooter on the outside. I like him as a wing player, especially with all the length he provides, but the inside-outside ability, the way he shoots the ball, is what really impresses me.
He's not built really for an inside forward, a power forward, and there's a three-pointer to answer by Demontez Oliver, his 16th three-pointer. And Gano calls another timeout. He's used 2 timeouts in 3.5 minutes. Did not like the fact that Demontez Oliver had a wide-open 3 and was able to drain it. And so Mark Gaines stops play again. He rarely leaves a gym with any timeouts in his pocket. He will use them up. He learned from the best of them. Terry Sellers says, hey, the only person who can stop the momentum is me, if it's bad momentum or good momentum, and right now it's bad momentum for the Bobcats.
Yeah, for Georgia College, they've got to get something going. Coach Gaines is not going to let them get down early without having his say in it. He's going to let the guys, kind of work it out a little bit, but calling the timeout saying, hey guys, here's what's wrong, here's what we're going to fix, here's how we're going to do it before we get down too big.
So 10-3 the score as the Pacers have built up an advantage. Cats have to take it the full length of the floor to the north end. Crawford bounce pass into Parks. Off the right block. Tried to take it in underneath Hill and walked with it. Chris, a sophomore from Buford and Collins Hill High. We had a pretty good player from Collins Hill, Mr. Aaron Clark. Should be GC Hall of Famer in a year or two. Hill back up top to Brock. Bounce pass left baseline, right corner, 3-ball away and good. Dang, their leader in three-pointers made. Gives them a 10-point advantage, and we got another line change coming for the Bobcats. This is similar to hockey, folks, when you change everybody on the fly. You can't change them on a fly in basketball. You have to wait for a stoppage. And there it is with a bad pass by the Bobcats. So the turnover, and we got our under 16 timeout. Our media timeout at 13-3. The Bobcats trail.
As soon as that three-pointer hit the net, Gaines looks behind him, gestures, and the whole unit comes back. And it's like, all right, if these guys aren't going to get the job done, you guys have to.
So we got our full timeout. Bobcats down by double digits at 13-3. Back in a minute on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Well, a discouraging start for the Georgia College men's basketball team here. Coach Gaines has again changed 5 out for 5 as the starters are back in, and maybe they had some time to think about how things are going out there on the bench.
Yeah, a little timeout. Sat down, thought about what adjustments they need to make. Didn't come out very hot. Got to get things going offensively, but I think Coach Gaines is upset with the defense, not closing out, allowing the wide open three-pointers. I think that's what he's upset about.
Jumper off the left of the lane, missed by Brock, and GC clears it. Simpson ahead to Sloan, and now we throw it away. GC just not making good passes so far. Three-pointer up short by Oliver. Jordan Thomas, right side to Brandon Thomas. His three doesn't fall. And Oliver clears it.
Well, for Thomas, you walk right into a three, wide open. You've got about 5 feet between you and the defender. I would expect a little higher quality of a shot based off that look.
Oliver to Dang, now back up top to Rowland. They'll high post it, backdoor pass, almost picked off. Jules in the ball game for the first time, Shaquan Jules. Shot clock to 2. Three-pointer away and missed by Rowland. Justin Cave catches on the left wing, a long down-court pass. The numbers didn't stack up for him. Wesley Simpson will go on the little weave. Coach said that the Bobcats shooting has picked up immensely as we tip it out of bounds, or they tip it out of bounds, since Georgia College went away from the motion. As GC has stopped playing the motion offensive game and go mostly with sets, and Jordan Thomas has responded with his better shooting as well. Down by 10 rather, and there's a foul inside on the entry pass.
Yeah, we haven't seen that better shooting yet today.
No, it has not materialized. And I believe they put that foul on Sloan. If so, that'll be 3. The board's got him as 2, but he's going to be sitting down for most of the rest of this first half as GC will get Koneman back in. Right side, Oliver, saved from going out of bounds. Nice play by Rowland. Flying in and scoring is Brock. They are very athletic.
Yeah, take a look at that length from Brock, just reaching out, touching it in. Man, it's hard to defend that.
And there's a steal, gonna go for a slam. One hand throw down by Jules, a 6'7" sophomore from Orlando. You could tell when he gathered it at midcourt, that's what was gonna happen, huh?
Oh, no doubt. Too easy from Georgia College turning that ball over, but nice dunk. Put a bruise on the rim.
Brandon Thomas with the ball fake, can't get around him. Long three is no good by Justin Cave, a 27% three-point shooter. Bobcats struggling scoring with only 3 points in the first 7 minutes of this ball game. Turn around from the free throw line, missed by Brock. Well, the Bobcat men have the same shooting funk that the women had to start this ball game. There's a drive by Wesley Simpson, and the sophomore knocks it down.
Yeah, I like Simpson getting inside, keeping things simple.
Dang back up top to Rowland. Work the perimeter left side to Oliver. Rises up and puts it down. Justin Cave was right there with him, but he still was able to rise up and drop it over. Oliver at 6'5" guard and Cave at 6'2".
Yeah, good offense beats good defense on that play.
Biggest lead of the day for them, and it's picked off again by Rowland. Fast hands, and Thomas pokes it away from him into the Bobcat bench.
It's way too easy of a turnover again at the top of the key, Scott.
Getting a little bit lackadaisical at the top of the offense. And Aiken taking advantage of it. Checking the shot clock, I believe, what the stoppages here. Yeah, should not be 30. Going to put 28 on the shot clock if we can get it to cooperate. There we go. GC trying to stop a big run by the Pacers at the start of this ball game. Koneman trying to keep up with Oliver as we've shifted off that a little bit. Here's a long bomb from Deng. It won't drop, and a foul on a rebound, and it goes against the Pacers. That's our first foul of the day, and I believe it's on Jules. We've got our under 12 timeout. 11:56 to play in this one. Bobcats down big, and we'll step away for these messages on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
Bobcats down 14 early going of this first half of action. Not a whole lot of offense to show for GC.
No, the biggest difference to me, Scott, is just who's been getting off shots. Aiken has taken 18, and Georgia College has only taken 6 shots in the entire game. Then you factor in field goal percentage, Aiken shooting 8 for 18, and that's how you get the 19-5 game we have now.
JT, a long three, short. And tracked down by Deng. They'll get into the south end of the floor, trying to add to their 14-point cushion here. GC has shifted into a zone the last 2 trips down the floor. Brock, ball knocked away. Brandon Thomas picks it up, flings it ahead to Simpson, to Koneman in the right corner. He'll pop a 3 from the right wing and drop it in. Christian Koneman with his second triple.
I like it a lot from Koneman outside. The move, staying calm, staying patient. Again, the escape dribble, letting it fly. That's what we need out of him. It's especially good when Georgia College can get him open looks like that.
Bobcats back into a man this trip, and down low, Deng had it interrupted briefly by GC's Koneman, and then the Bobcats clear it. Wesley Simpson across the top of the circle. Here's Koneman, got a man on him in a hurry though. Jordan Thomas, step back 3, bang!
Why would they let him have room to shoot?
No, I don't know. That's his 40th made 3-pointer of the year already. He came in 39 of 90 for 43%, one of the best 3-point shooting specialists in the Peach Belt Conference.
Yeah, I love the intensity that he plays with.
Deng underneath, blocked by Jordan Thomas. There's the intensity on the defensive side. And almost a steal. We pick it off though. Jordan driving. Oh, look what I found, says Wesley Simpson as he fouled going into the rack.
I like Simpson going up hard, charging in the lane. He gets some free throws out of it.
I don't know if that was a planned play because it would look like it was just thrown in the middle of the floor, and there was Simpson to gather it in and was able to charge to the hole. Foul on Jules is second. And Wesley, a 76.5% free throw shooter, drops in the first effort. They're going to bring Robert Hill back in, and Kyle Techberry comes on for the first time, senior from Charlotte.
I think on the previous play, Thomas goes baseline. He's well defended by a couple of defenders by USC Aiken, pinning him up under the glass. I think he sees a glimpse of a white jersey, chucks it out, and Simpson is in the right place at the right time.
That's called court vision, I guess. So GC back within 6 on a spurt here as we've hit the halfway point of the first half. Rowland driving, kicking it around, back up top. Brock with a spin move off the glass strong, and a foul on the floor on GC. That is on Christian Koneman with a push. First foul on Christian. Team foul number 5 on GC this half. Non-shooting, so they get it in. And out near midcourt, Rowland tracked it down. Left side to Brock. Straight away, Tackberry's triple. Oh, rattles and drops. He used about every inch of iron. His third three-pointer in 12 tries this year.
Well, USC Aiken has come out hot. They're about a 29% three-point shooting team on the year. We talked about in the pregame. I didn't expect them to light it up from 3, but they're shooting over 40% now.
Answering 3, JT. 22-16 at the 9-minute mark.
Oh, there's our guy, Jordan Thomas. I mean, gosh.
That's all you can
What a
say
player.
sometimes is gosh. Had 37 for a new career high against Flagler in overtime here on the first home game of the season for the Bobcats. Nice job by Robert Hill, 6'10" senior from Lilburn, dropping it in.
I love his shooting stroke, first off, but second off, his ability to create space. It seems like even when guys are guarding him tight, he's always got room to shoot.
Straight away 3 strong for Chris Parks. Parks now 6 of 15 in long ball shooting. GC trailing by 8. Trying to stop the Pacers here. Tackberry left side, bounce pass to Hill. He'll dribble out on the wing. Long cross-court pass. Dangerous one, but Rowland bailed him out. And then they roll it around to Tackberry, and he'll pop a 3, and it's off the iron. Rebound, stick back, nice scoop shot by Brock underneath the bucket.
Yeah, how about that? A nice little move, about 2 feet under. Man.
Coach Gaines calling for a travel. A lot of Bobcat fans thought that was a walk. Now it's a 10-point advantage. GC had cut it to 6. And now a 4-0 run by the Pacers, getting them double-digit lead. Koneman catches top of the circle. Back it out, loses dribble, needs some help. Shot clock to 3. And an off-balance runner by Crawford doesn't go, but there's Parks with a putback. Chris Parks muscles his way in there and gets it. 6'5", 250-pound sophomore. Used about every ounce that he had to get that one in.
Parks doing a nice job on the offensive boards, good positioning, squared up, good shot.
As we close down towards 7 minutes. Tackberry inside the paint to Brock. Brock off the window. Man, he was hanging around that lane a long time, but not the 3 seconds. Back and forth, up and down. A lot of scoring going on. Wesley Simpson gets it off to Jordan Thomas. Thomas going to pop the 3 and use the glass. Nothing that Oliver could do. They'll try to answer with a triple, and it's short, and it's saved. And no, into the hands of Koneman. Ahead to Jordan. Crossover dribble gets him around one man, fires it out to Koneman. His 3 ball is down the well, and the Bobcats right back in it. And Coach Vanderslice has to call a timeout. He does not like the way things are going. It's a 30-second timeout by the Pacers head man.
Well, it's been a 3-point barrage here for Georgia College. You have Thomas and Koneman leading the way. Both of them knocked down multiple triples. Done a good job. Koneman was impressive on that last shot. Off balance, fading to his left. Gets it off. Good rotation on the ball. I mean, great release. We get a look at some replays here from Georgia College.
Yeah, JT squaring up, and Oliver just said, I can't do anything with that.
Well, Oliver's a long guard, too.
He is.
To be guarding on Thomas. I mean, if you want one guy to close him out, that's your guy. And
right.
There's Koneman off balance.
Yeah, you got a 6'5" Oliver going up against 6'1" Jordan Thomas, but I think Jordan's got a little more athleticism to him. Men's scores: Columbus State over Francis Marion 20-10 with about 12 minutes left in the first half of their ball game. Clayton and Augusta have yet to start. UNC Pembroke all over Young Harris 22-5 with 12:47 left first half. Lander and Southwestern tied at 6 at the 16:32 mark of their first half, and yet to begin is Flagler at North Georgia. We appreciate the folks getting those scores to us so we can pass them along to you. So each team has used some timeouts. Coach Gaines has used 2 already, and Coach Vanderslice has used 1, excuse me. He's got 3 remaining. So the long ball has helped out the Bobcats here today. Koneman now with 3 3-pointers, and 3 3-pointers for Jordan Thomas as well. A.J. James has come onto the floor for the Bobcats. Only changed during that timeout. Brock has it, working on Simpson. Back to the top to Rowland. Rowland drops it in over Jordan Thomas.
Well, we had USC Aiken come out and hit threes at the beginning. Georgia College was leading up to that timeout, and then USC Aiken again to go up 7.
Rowland with his second 3-pointer. He's got 20 made on the year, and GC can't answer at the other end. Brock gets the rebound, going to take it to the rack. They're going to call a blocking foul on Simpson. A little bit of a push-off by Brock from this angle at least. Second foul on Simpson. Last to give before the bonus for the Bobcats, the 6th team foul. There's still 5:42 to go. They'll trigger it up top to Brock, get it down low to Hill, bat it around, and Koneman's going to dig it out of there. Give it off to Crawford. Back to Koneman, lines up a 3 and drops it in. The big guy bangs down another one. A dozen.
Oh, man. He has been unconscious today.
The sophomore from Chatsworth. An answering 3 won't go. Tipped back by Hill. It's going to be tipped way out. Long lead pass, wide open. Simpson for 2. He's kind of hanging back defensively. They used to call it in the day basket hanging.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was on purpose, as GC has gotten within 2 points of the Pacers.
I was going to say, Simpson kind of cherry picking there. As soon as the ball came to Georgia College, made it run like a wide receiver.
Tackberry gets it down to Hill. Hill into the paint, rolled it up there, missed it. Tip in is good. I think that was Brock putting it in.
It's one thing that USC Aiken will have on Georgia College. It's height. They've got height. They've got length on this team. GC is, like we said earlier, more guard-oriented. That's the types of plays where that comes into play.
Bobcats ran it on the baseline, out of bounds. Substitutions for GC. It looks like Deckard and Cave return. Donovan Hairston, a freshman from Alpharetta and Milton High School, comes on for the first time today for the visiting Pacers, and Oliver checked back in as well. Hairston goes to the right wing, dumps it back up top to Brock, now to Oliver. He'll get it off the left block, and a foul from behind called. That's on Cave. That's the 7th team foul on GC, so it'll be 1 on the bonus at the south end for Dill Dang. 6'5" freshman from High Point, North Carolina. Averaging 11 points and 4 rebounds a ball game. 68% at the line for the rookie. It's up and good. GC had trimmed it to 2. Dang will try to give him a 6-point cushion again. Bobcats were down big early in this ball game because of some poor shooting. Only 3 points early on. Dang will drop in the second free throw. As we get to the 4-minute mark, trailing by 6. I'll go with a little bit of a dribble drive again, the motion offense. Left side, three-pointer, missed the mark. Justin Cave couldn't find the range. And Brock exploding to the basket, got fouled. He just had a very quick first step there, and Koneman gets tagged with his second foul. Under 4, timeout, Bobcats down by 6 with 3:43 remaining in first half play. And we'll step aside on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Luke and Scott back with you at Centennial, 35-29. Pacers on top of the Bobcats. And Faison Brock will be at the free throw line. Senior from Raleigh, their leading scorer and leading rebounder. 17 points, 7.5 rebounds a ball game. 78% at the charity stripe for the senior, and he'll drop in the first one.
Been interesting watching these two teams here in the first half. For USC Aiken, they've had the balanced attack that I expected coming in. Brock, 8 points. Rowland, 8 points. DeMontez Oliver, 5 points. And Dill Dang with 5. For Georgia College, it's been a two-man show. Jordan Thomas and Christian Koneman combining 7 for 9 from 3.
GC trying to chip away at an 8-point deficit with 3.5 to go. Parks came in during the timeout. Pitched it out, got it back again. Now to Cave in the corner, he's double teamed. Back to Parks with 8 to shoot. Underneath the basket, dropped it off. A.J. James couldn't get the left-hander to go, and he's on the floor, and a foul on the back of him. He covered up the basketball, and one of the Pacers fell on him. And that is Hairston with his first foul. Only team foul number 3 on the Pacers. They've done a really good job of composing themselves defensively. James and Parks go out. DC gets Brandon Thomas back on the floor. Looking for Jordan, gets the inbounds pass in the left corner. Gonna take it to the rack and fling it up there, missed it. Big offensive rebound, count it and call a foul. Wesley Simpson dropped it in. He was in the land of giants there.
Yeah, there's your point guard in the paint getting another and one opportunity.
Fouled on Robert Hill, number 1 on him today. And Wesley Simpson steps up. Gets the three-point play.
Plays like that, coupled with the fact that as a point guard, he's your team's leading rebounder in rebounds per game, tells you a lot about what kind of player he is, you know, how he's mentally composed, how he plays the game. It's a really fun to watch brand of basketball from Wesley Simpson.
GC back in the 2-3 zone, or their version of it, maybe the Vegas zone this time. Jumper away, no good. Put back once, twice, won't fall. They finally get another offensive rebound. Wow. Great job by the Pacers on the offensive glass that trip. They lead by 5. Hairston delivers it right side to Dang. Posting up Brock. Brock with 3 to shoot. Back up front. Three-pointer away by Hairston. No, JT gets the rebound. Bobcats held him that time. Thomas. And an offensive foul called on Jordan Thomas as he crashed into a Pacer after letting loose the pass. His first foul.
Charge taken, really well done by DeMontez Oliver, setting his feet, getting mowed over by Thomas in the lane. Good creation from Thomas as well. I mean, he got the open three-pointer for his teammate, but just even better defense on the play from Oliver.
As we get close to 2 minutes to go, GC going to have to make another stop here. Backdoor bounce pass to Brock, and he rolls it in from the reverse side. Good look from Oliver.
Brock with another nice finish. He's been doing that all afternoon long.
Simpson gets it off to Cave and gets it back again in the logo. Brandon Thomas, 3-ball drops.
I like it from Brandon. Set the pick, step over, let your teammate penetrate, then get an open three right at the top of the key, right on your hot zone. The shooting for Georgia College has been off the charts today.
Brandon's first bucket, his 20th three-pointer made in 65 tries. Under a minute and a half left. Jumper left side for three is answered as Oliver nails it. Oliver up to 8 points. Decker with a triple. Austin Decker, the redshirt freshman, gets his 13th three-pointer made.
Well, these two teams are putting on a clinic of three-point shooting today.
Did not expect it. Neither team above 33% from long ball range. Long two drops in for Oliver. He's getting hot. The lead is 6 with under 45 seconds to go now as we hit midcourt.
I like that mid-range from Oliver. I think we've seen that a couple of times from him. When a player has that in their bag of tricks, they're going to be dominant offensively.
3-ball, good again by Brandon Thomas. The redshirt freshman from McDonough.
Wow.
Yep, that's about all you can say sometimes.
That's what I've got for you, Scott.
GC trying to make a stand here. They will have to get a shot off before the game clock expires. Rowland dribbling behind his back in the midcourt circle. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Backdoor bounce pass again to Brock, and he'll lay it in. Oh, my. We went to sleep back there. Got to hurry. Three-pointer by Cave. Got it at the horn. Big, big shot as we trade 3 for 2. Justin Cave beats the horn on a great pass down the floor. And GC within 2 at the break. As you see the replay, Bobcats cleared it quickly. Simpson got it to midcourt, fired it ahead, and then a jumper from the corner, nothing but net. For Justin Cave, his 13th three-pointer made on the year as the sophomore from Savannah pulls the Cats within 2 at the break.
Well, how about that for some momentum heading into halftime for Georgia College early in the game, trailing 13-3. Coming back now, they've got it to a 2-point game at halftime ever since that outscoring Aiken by 8 at that point in the game. They've been very impressive, but it's been the shooting overall. They've done a good job creating some space, especially Jordan Thomas. Brandon Thomas knocking down a couple at the end. Cave getting involved. The whole team, just as a whole, is shooting well. It's pretty rare you see stuff like that. Now we'll give you some numbers here at halftime. Georgia College 11 for 18 from 3. Scott, that is
wow.
61.1%. As a team, Georgia College is shooting 58%. Also incredible for SC Aiken. They're shooting 40% from 3 and 50% on the game. They are 6 for 15 from 3, 18 for 36 from the field. Faison Brock overall with 14 points leads all scorers here today. DeMontez Oliver has 10. He's been very impressive from what we've seen in the first half overall offensively with his entire arsenal as a passer and a shooter. Jordan Thomas for Georgia College with 9. Wesley Simpson 9, and Christian Koneman leading the way with 12. He's played 12 minutes and has 12 points, all on threes.
So good shooting first half for the Bobcats. Let's hope it continues in second half play. And we'll be back in a few minutes to get you set up for half number 2. Bobcats down by a deuce at 46-44 at the break to the USC Aiken Pacers. Stay with us for second half action coming up on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We often get the question, Where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Georgia College is very good about making that community, making the connection with other people, and you can be in a class with somebody for a semester, for years, and know them a little bit. You go on one of these trips, an overnight backpacking trip or just a day canoe trip, and you're gonna get to know them a lot better, connect on a lot deeper level. Even though we do learn some technical skills out here, we do see some pretty cool things. I think it's really about just getting out here and experiencing it with other people.
It's a hidden treasure of GCSU, I would say. A lot of the students don't really know that we have it there, but it's amazing. I love the Outdoor Center. I fell in love.
When I was applying to different graduate programs, Georgia College was actually the first to contact me, and I was able to speak to the program coordinator directly. We were able to sort of build a rapport then, and through that I felt very comfortable about coming here. Even though I'd never been to the South, coming from Michigan, I still felt like there was a welcoming atmosphere.
When you start thinking about learning, it's really not a destination as much as it is a journey. And when we started out as undergrads, we really didn't know what we wanted to do when we grew up. An undergraduate really kind of gives you that foundation you can build on. And what we try to do is have our students become lifelong learners and to go ahead and prepare themselves for a very dynamic world that they're going to live in.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university. Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, Manti, who the hell?
It's a tearjerker!
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Georgia College is very good about making that community, making the connection with other people, and you can be in a class with somebody for a semester for years and know them a little bit. You go on one of these trips, an overnight backpacking trip or just a day canoe trip, and you're gonna get to know them a lot better, connect on a lot deeper level. Even though we do learn some technical skills out here, we do see some pretty cool things, I think it's really about just getting out here and experiencing it with other people.
It's a hidden treasure of GCSU, I would say. A lot of the students don't really know that we have it there, but it's amazing. I love the Outdoor Center. I fell in love.
As you see some replays of the first half action for Georgia College, Bobcats trail by 2 at the break here, 46-44. Women's finals in Peach Belt play earlier today. You saw the Bobcat women drop a 70-57 decision to the Pacers. Young Harris over UNC Pembroke 55-39. Columbus State over Francis Marion 74-51. North Georgia keeps winning. They're undefeated in Peach Belt play, 66-56 over Flagler. And Clayton knocked off Augusta big, 81-45 in that ball game. Men's scores at the half. Columbus State leads Francis Marion 52-29. 4:39 left. UNC Pembroke over Young Harris 42-21. Also 4:46 left first half. Lander over Georgia Southwestern 34-23. And with 4:42 left in their first half action, Flagler over North Georgia 27-21. And Luke, any other numbers stick out to you here in our first half?
Well, some notes and things to watch here going into half number 2. SC Aiken played a very clean first half. You mentioned in terms of fouls, I'll mention in terms of turnovers, only 2 in the 20 minutes of play we had in the first half. Georgia College had 9 turnovers. When you look at that in terms of points from turnovers, Georgia College has 6. They knocked down a couple of threes off of the 2 turnovers. But for SC Aiken, they have scored 14 of their 46 points off of Georgia College turnovers. And the paint, SC Aiken is dominated, outscoring Georgia College 20-8. In terms of fast break points, Georgia College has the edge, 6-2. And the Bobcats have had very good bench production, outpacing the Pacers 17-5 in terms of bench scoring.
You don't like those points off turnovers. The ratio right there, 14-6, is not good.
Right. Also, some notes heading in. SC Aiken has led the entire game. Just right from the beginning, scored 18 seconds in. They've led ever since. Their biggest lead was 14. Georgia College did well to cut that down to 2.
Yeah, definitely so. It looked like they were going to be having a really tough go of it at the 13-3 score early in this ball game. And then it got down big, even bigger, 14 points like you said, and then all of a sudden GC found the shooting range, especially from long distance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we talked about it heading into halftime, but 61.1% from 3, that's unprecedented. You don't see that ever. I mean, well, you've seen it today, but otherwise, I mean, it's incredibly rare that you have teams that come out firing. And what's been impressive to me is that it's been going all around. Jordan Thomas, 3 for 5. Justin Cave, 1 for 3, beating the buzzer. Brandon Thomas, 2 for 3. Austin Deckard, 1 for 1. Christian Konanen, 4 for 4. It's been productive throughout the entire lineup, starters and bench.
Yep, getting the job done from long range. Let's hope that continues here in second half play. We'll be back with you Wednesday when the Bobcats entertain Columbus State. That's a 5:30, 7:30 doubleheader in Peach Belt Conference play. Have it for you right here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. GC's ball to start the second half. Let's see who Coach Gaines will start. He has 2 timeouts remaining. Coach Vanderslice of Aiken has 3 timeouts left. Coach Gano used 2 timeouts in a hurry when he was not happy with the defensive play in the early part of this ball game when he gave up a lot of 3-point shots there.
Yeah, exactly. We were seeing a lot of frustration from him early in the game. The defense has gotten better. They haven't been allowing such obvious good looks to the Aiken team, but overall 46 points at halftime, allowing that is not the picture of very good defense either.
Looks like the starting 5 back out there for the guys in white, as it's Simpson, the 2 Thomases, Sloan and Cave, and a whistle away from the ball, as I think our shot clock refused to cooperate. Well, Koneman is starting for Sloan, who had 3 fouls very quickly in his first half of action. Only played 4 minutes and 10 seconds and picked up those 3 personals.
And I think it's a different game with Sloan in there as well.
Koneman faked the 3. Hill came out on him. Brandon Thomas going to bring it up there. No good. Koneman with a stick back. Offensive board and a short shot for Christian.
Well, Koneman's up to 14 now. He ties the game up with that. He's got 14 of the 19 points of the bench players for Georgia College. Now, he starts the second half, and I think for GC, you've got to go with the hot hand. Keep giving him the ball.
Rowland pops a 3 and missed it. Here's Cave with a rebound. Gets it ahead to JT. A quiet 9 points for Jordan Thomas in the first half, but he's likely to get going just like that.
No sooner could you get the words out of your mouth.
He can take over a ball game. There's a jumper by Oliver, refuses to go down. It's out of bounds off Koneman. And the Pacers will maintain possession. with a fresh 30. Gus Rowland to trigger it. Throws it out deep. It's batted around, and it's out of bounds off Robert Hill. And Simpson winds up on the Country 102 sign. Good advertisement there. Sorry. So the Bobcats, with their first lead of the day, will try to add to it here. JT put it up strong, but Robert Hill was staying stride for stride with him. The ball almost picked off. Dang corrals it on the baseline. Back up to Rowland. Rowland, no look pass, and they'll float it up and score. Oh, that was pretty. That was Faison Brock closing it out.
It's rare that you don't see Brock nail those shots down low. He's been such a clinical finisher for Aiken.
Coleman misses his first three-pointer of the day. 1 point lead for GC. Brock catches at the free throw line, drops it back out. Deng's three-pointer is good, and they all of a sudden got the lead back again.
Deng's played a lot of minutes. We haven't seen him contribute too much, only a few points coming in to the second half.
5-0 run by the Pacers to give them a 2-point lead. A little motion up top for GC. Simpson off the Cave. His three-pointer is short. Thomas taps it to Coleman. Coleman waits for traffic and knocks it in off the window. 16 now for Christian. He had 16 against Clayton.
Yeah, he couldn't have a much better performance than he's putting up today.
Dang can't get the three-pointer, and a foul on Brock as he tried to get an offensive rebound and banged into Jordan Thomas. Faison gets his first foul, first team foul in the half on the Pacers. They'll check Jules back in, the sophomore from Orlando.
Brock played every second in the first half.
Wow.
All 20 minutes.
These days, that's a rarity.
Incredibly. Yeah, incredibly rare.
Jordan Thomas, crossover, tries to get around his man. Cave saves it. Back out to Brandon Thomas. Nothing but net. We got JT and BT burning it up. 3-point Bobcat lead.
Both Thomases.
As we get under the 17-minute mark. Entry pass, now back out top. Brock threads his way through traffic, missed it, and there's a stick back. Jules hung tough there to get the offensive board and a little 2-foot putback.
That's where Aiken's going to have the advantage almost every single time. Again, down low on the block. They've got the height. They've got the bodies down there. That's why Georgia College has been taking so many outside shots.
Shot up. Man, Brandon Thomas didn't look comfortable on that shot. I don't know if he thought he got fouled on the elbow. Coleman leaps for it, taps it around, saved by Simpson. Yeah, just about every one of these guys is 6'5" or better. Corner shot by JT doesn't go. They'll clear it.
And Georgia College has stayed in it because all their shots have been worth 3 and all of Aiken's have been worth 2.
Exactly.
I mean, Aiken has hit some 3 balls as well. Got to give him credit for that, but that's how GC is stuck in it. Haven't hit near as many field goals as USC Aiken.
Rowland drives. Short shot, no good. Rebound knocked around and Thomas recovers. Jordan ahead. Now Brandon Thomas for 3, and it's short. Plucked out of the air by Jules. Back and forth, not much to show for it here the last few trips for either team. Gus Rowland swings it to Deng. Down low they go. Turnaround jumper over Coleman as Jules knocks it in.
Impressive. Jab step, get your feet squared up, and then I like it, the baseline jumper.
Back to a 1-point lead for the Pacers. We'll get our under 16 timeout here at the next dead ball. Brandon Thomas at the baseline. Gets it into Coleman, walking the tightrope and throws it away. Oliver leads a 2-on-2, gonna take it in, rolls it up and scores. Oh, looking pretty on that end. Oliver with that athleticism that most of these Pacers have. Jordan, nope, strong on a three. Rowland gets the rebound.
Good usage of the pick from Thomas to get that shot.
Rowland delivers left side, three-pointer away, no good. And Wesley Simpson corrals the rebound. Wesley explodes to the basket and then throws it away. Tried to hit Cave in the corner. And Rowland says, let's slow it down. Under 14 minutes now. Rowland explodes to the basket, rolls it up there, missed it, got his own miss and a putback. Oh, and an effort by Gus Rowland. And they have ripped off some unanswered points here at, it's an 8-0 run here by the Pacers. Thanks, producer. GC looks a little winded. We need that under 16 timeout pretty bad. Backdoor pass, and it's complete and good. Good look from Koneman, got it into Simpson, who put it home.
And now some subs looking to come back in for Georgia College. Sloan is one of them.
Back within 3 of the Bobcats. Rowland trying to set it and slow it down. Everybody needs a breather here, but nobody's knocking the ball out of bounds. Long cross-court pass, back up left side to Oliver. His three-pointer doesn't go. GC wants a run. Thomas couldn't hit Simpson. Koneman behind the back, lost it. Deng recovers. And ahead and a lay-in. Oliver, check it, Brock or the bucket.
Yeah, Brock is so impressive in the paint. Almost all of his shots have come within 5 feet in double figures. I mean, he had 14 in the first half. Almost a 20. He's got 18.
JT floats it up, count it, and a foul. And finally, we're going to get a timeout. We'll have back-to-back timeouts pretty much here, as the under 16 timeout is taken at 12:26 to go. And that foul put on Shaquan Jules. Bobcats down by 3, and we'll step away on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Bobcats at the line when we get back into action, trailing by 3 points. Jordan Thomas up to 14 points now. 16 for Christian Koneman to lead the Bobcats in scoring. GC gets Sloan and Deckard in, along with A.J. James.
Those plays from Jordan Thomas, the one that we just saw to get him the and one, those are the plays that show he's not just a shooter. He's way more. It's inside well. It's all about that intensity, the explosion that he has on offense. It's fun to watch.
Free throw followed up, popped out. 78% free throw shooter is Thomas. Couldn't get that one to drop in for him. Rolling out, working on JT. They put Tackberry in and get it inside, and Brock skies and puts it down again. 20 points now for Faison Brock. Average 17 coming into this one. Bobcats want to slow the ball game down in the final 12 minutes here.
Brock is one of those players that you realize is good, and you like watching him play, and then you look up at the scoreboard, and all of a sudden he's got 20, 25 points on you. He's that type of guy.
Jumper up, no good by Simpson. It's out of bounds to the Pacers. And now our under 12 timeouts, as we took a long time for the under 16 to register. And Bobcats will be down by 5 at this break. Not many more replays to show, I guess, on BBN. Bobcats get some more scores to you. Thank you very much. Men's basketball, second half action, just 2 minutes gone by. Columbus State all over Francis Marion, 60-31. Augusta and Clayton just got underway. They're Augusta leading 5-4. Halftime score, UNC Pembroke over Young Harris, 59-36. Also at the half, it's Lander by 18 over Georgia Southwestern, 50-32. And another halftime score, Flagler by 10 over North Georgia, 38-28. Appreciate those scores being sent our way and able to send it on to you. GC trailing by 5 at 63-58 at the under 12-minute mark. Bobcats 0 for 1 here at home in this season. Remember, they started out the year with 9 straight road games. Pacers are 1-2 away from the Convocation Center.
Well, in the first half, we didn't have any lead changes at all. It was USC Aiken all the way, and now we've had 4. Had a couple of ties, 4 lead changes here. It's a 5-point game for USC Aiken. Again, only 3 turnovers, and shooting the way they have, 49% overall, 33% from 3. That's why they've got the edge here. They've just played just an overall very clean offensive game.
They're shooting a little bit better than their overall percentage for the year at 45%. They're having a good game, and that one's a steal by GC. As Simpson took it away, pushes it ahead, gets it back again, gonna take it in, and off balance jumper, got it. Oh, I think he wanted to throw it away to somebody, but he said, you're all covered.
I was looking at Deckard, and Aiken closed out on Deckard on the outside, so Simpson just decided to loft it up, and now it's a 3-point game.
Cats want to make a stand here on defensive stop at the north end, and a foul called as Jules went in to try to lay it in, and he was denied.
They give Sloan his 4th foul, I believe. The scorebook has him with 3. Now that would make it 4.
Free throw up and good by Jules, a 63% shooter. Sloan's got to go off. Deckard departs, and so does James.
Man, it's been a rough day for Sloan. He's been having to deal with the guys down low, and he'll finish this game maybe not even playing 10 minutes. He's only played about 6 right now.
Comes in averaging over 14 minutes a game and 19 minutes a game in the first 3 conference contests. Jules makes it a 5-point lead for USC Aiken. Simpson walks it across the timeline as GC wants to control the tempo here. Spinning, Cave, can't get it to go. Rowland gets the tip out. Would have been nice to knock that one down, but still down by 5 as Aiken wants to advance that number. Jordan Thomas goes for the steal, can't quite get it. Out of bounds to the Pacers in front of us here. Tackberry to put it in play as we hit the midway point of the second half. Rowland swings it to Tackberry, goes baseline, got cut off, and then puts a shot up over Koneman. It's tipped out of bounds. Oh, I don't know about that one. Simpson, I thought it was tipped over his shoulder by a red shirt. Out of bounds on the baseline. So the inbounds play is going to be set with 20 on the shot clock. They get it in quickly to Brock, and Brock is fouled. Had Koneman and Simpson on him, and it'll be Koneman with his third foul.
Yeah, pretty good contest from Koneman inside, but got too much arm now. Brock at the free throw line. He has been wildly efficient today.
Wildly efficient, indeed so. He started 11 ball games of the 13 coming into today. And Brock, their leader in minutes played, 36 minutes a ball game, drops in 2 free throws to give him 22 points on the day. And a 7-point cushion. High posted to Chris Parks. Off to Koneman. Got a little length out there now for the Bobcats. Left side to Simpson. Simpson gonna bang his way in there and float it in. Wesley Simpson with 15 points.
Yeah, Simpson now for the 7th time going over 10 in a game. Really good number 2 guy. It's a nice backcourt with him and Thomas for Georgia
bet.
College.
Tackberry on the left wing. Get it out to Rowland, who signaled away. Working on JT. Scoots around a screen, and he walked with it. Got a little over eager, and the momentum shifted away from the rest of his body. Deng goes out, Oliver back in for the Pacers. Got a replay coming on the drive by Simpson. Justin Cave comes off. Around a screen, gets it back to Park. And Chris drops in the triple. Chris Parks with his 7th three-pointer of the year. He's got 5 points. Cats back within 2.
Now 6 players for Georgia College have hit a 3 today.
Wow. Pretty impressive. Really getting the job done long range. Jumper is good and a foul. Brandon Thomas came out to try and stop the shot by Jules. Instead, he'll pick up his first foul of the game, and Jules will go to the line for a 3-point play at the 8:19 mark. Have to get the floor mopped up before Jules will accept the basketball for the follow-up free throw. Try to give his team a 5-point cushion. And he does. Aiken shooting 68% at the free throw line this season. Getting the job done at the stripe today. The lead is 70-65. Simpson back to Cave. Splits 2 defenders. Back out to Parks. Parks fumbles, recovers, and shot it long. You could see he wanted to shoot immediately, but could not quite control the pass. Tackberry down inside. Ball stripped away, then taken back again. That was Rowland finding a loose ball and knocking it in off the window. Bobcats have got to stop some scoring at the other end. Parks turnaround jumper, too strong again for the sophomore. Transfer from Queens University in his first year with the Bobcat program. CP unable to get his last 2 shots to go. Pacers left side to Brock. Brock got an NBA step in there and then a foul called in the paint. I believe Simpson will be, nope, it's going to be Parks, excuse me. Chris with his first foul. And Brock to the line again. He'd already tried 78 free throws coming into this ball game, and he's going to have 2 more after our under 8 media timeout. 72-65, Georgia College trails by 7, trying to hang tough with the Pacers, who are undefeated in the Peach Belt Conference. This is the only ball game between the 2 teams this season. So GC's got to try to get a tiebreaker against the Pacers as our 2020 campaign continues in the Peach Belt. Back with more in a minute on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Faison Brock will step to the stripe at the north end. He's got 22 points in the game. GC with no changes on the 5 on the floor during that timeout.
And Brock at the line, a good slasher, gets into the rim well, finishes well at the rim. Doesn't do much outside of the lane, but doesn't really need to. He's got guys outside that compliments him, three-point shooters like DeMontez Oliver and Gus Rowland and Dill Dang. So he plays his role very well. And now he's well over 20 points, 23 after the made free throws.
A lot of these Pacers have very good role playing. And it's a 7-0 run by the Pacers to give them a 9-point lead now. Jordan Thomas flings one up and scores.
Really good touch shot, the finesse there from Jordan Thomas. He does it all, 16 points on the day for him.
Tackberry right side, gets it down low, gets it back again, launches a triple and nails it. Kyle Tackberry with his third three-pointer of the year. 6'2" senior from Charlotte, came in averaging just a little over a point a ball game, but dropped home a big triple there to give him a double-digit lead.
I would like to see more from Koneman for Georgia College. Hasn't touched the ball in a bit.
And we airmailed it through the hands of Wesley Simpson, who was open on the baseline. Looked like an easy 2 there and just sailed into the Bobcat club. And Aiken with a chance to stretch out that lead even more. As we get to 6 minutes to go. Rowland directing traffic, gets it to Tackberry. Off the right side of the lane, zip pass to the left side. Oliver's 3 doesn't go. Koneman boxed out, and then we roll it through the legs of Brandon Thomas. Oh my.
Few unlucky plays back-to-back for Georgia College, coming at a pretty bad time in the game here, under 6 to go.
Got to secure all loose balls. Circling in as Brock. He'll kick it out again to Tackberry. 3 won't drop. Simpson ahead to Coleman, and he blew the layup. Just that kind of series right now for GC. The defender came up on him very quickly, and that may have made him adjust his shot some. Now they'll go with a dribble drive up top. No motion. Rowland. He'll get it back again after Jules had it. Rowland explodes to the basket, missed it. Jules, and that will be, what, a shot clock violation or not? It's out of bounds. Pacers are claiming it touched the rim, but it's out of bounds to GC. I think it crossed the line as the horn sounded. So the Bobcats got to get back into this one with 5 minutes to go, trailing by 10 points. Austin Deckard has returned for GC. Jordan Thomas picked up by Rowland. Swings into the paint and stripped out of his hands, but a reach-in foul called. And Rowland runs to the other end of the floor. as he's not too happy with that call. Thought he had a clean strip.
I think he did too.
Jordan Thomas steps up to the south end.
Yeah, Thomas sold it pretty well too.
Yeah. Well, he's been around the block a few times. He knows how to do that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think his minor is in theater, isn't it? Exercise science major at Georgia College. First one's good. Try to get to 18 with another made free throw. He does. Timeout, Mark Gaines with 4:49 remaining. A 30-second timeout, going to stretch it to a full. Rowland comes over to check on that foul call. GC down by 8 with 4:49 remaining. See if they can make a defensive stop, get some more offensive points here, and try to pick up their third conference win of the season and their first win at home of the season. Bobcats and Cougars of Columbus State Wednesday night here at the Centennial Center. 5:30 tip-off for the women's contest. Men's game to follow around 7:30. Hope you'll join us here at Centennial or on YouTube.
And with these two teams here, the difference has been here at the end of the game, the execution. Just overall, USC Aiken offensively getting more than Georgia College in terms of just getting their shots to go in. Georgia College has had some unlucky plays, not securing loose balls, turning things over in their own half of the court. Because of that, USC Aiken has been able to capitalize here. Just a larger, more experienced team as a whole. The top team in the Peach Belt beginning to pull away, but Georgia College will have the opportunity here with the ball to come back.
We have not seen Xavier Barmore today. I don't know if he is out sick or if he is injured or not playing at all, but he had started 10 ball games, or 9 ball games for them. The preseason all Peach Belt player. Bobcats will put some pressure, but they beat it with a pass to midcourt. Dang, as his pocket picked by Jordan. JT gonna take it in and score. 20 points, his season average for Jordan Thomas. Cats within 6.
Beautiful move to go up and over Dang to finish on the layup.
Started with the steal right in front of us. And then he dropped it in off the glass. Dang gives it out to Rowland. Deckard will back off defensively. Shot clock down to 10 already. Oh my, almost a double dribble with both hands. Dang will launch a 3 and bury it. The freshman from High Point, North Carolina, puts the lead back to 9. An answering shot by Simpson, rather. Wesley Simpson. Give him 18 for the day. Brock gonna take it to the rack. Missed it. Rebound GC, down by 6. Simpson, stop and go. Puts it up. Got it again.
There we go. Simpson on a 5-0 run by himself, knocking down the 3, getting inside. Good touch to finish.
Bobcats trail by 4. Pacers finally across the timeline at the 22nd mark. Almost got a 10-second call. Now they'll pull it back. Rowland scoots down the lane and 1. Man, he can get there in a hurry. He just put an extra gear into it and got down the floor as Brandon Thomas fouls him. Second foul on Thomas. 5th team foul on GC. And Coach Vanderslice will use a timeout with 3:13 to go as the Pacers now are up by 6.
Yeah, I've been impressed by the lightning quickness of Gus Rowland, the guard. He's a smaller guard. When you don't have the height, you have to make up for it some way. And the way he makes up for it is overall just his quickness, the way he gets to the rim. There's Jordan Thomas getting to the rim on your screen. As we get a look at some replays here.
And you get Simpson with his triple. As it's crunch time at Centennial, and the Bobcats are down 82-76. So Brandon Thomas got his first foul officially, and Jordan Thomas has 2. Bobcats still have 1 to give before the bonus. But the Pacers have a lot to give. They've only fouled 3 times here in the second half. And Aiken at the north free throw line with Rowland for a follow-up shot. Gus at 68% on the year. Transfer from Chowan. He started all the ball games for Coach Vanderslice, averaging 33.5 minutes a ball game. Their leader in assists and among the conference leaders, almost 6 assists a ball game, as he drops in the free throw to give him a 7-point lead again. Brandon Thomas triple off the rim in the glass, and a rebound taken by Brock. Somehow kept his footing. Bobcats come up. Oliver pulls it back out. They want to burn some clock. GC's got to play some D.
Aiken's in control. There's no reason to rush here. Get the play, get the look you want.
Dang catches back to Rowland. 6 on the shot clock. Rowland with 3. Skies doesn't score. Brandon Simpson gets the rebound. And knocks down the triple. Wesley put him at 23 points for the day, and the Cats are down by 4. 2:20 left. Pressure in the backcourt. They get it across the timeline. Used up some time on the shot clock, of course. Rowland comes around a pick. Bounces it off to Dang with 9 seconds to shoot. And a whistle and a push on GC. Oh, my.
Well, how about Wesley Simpson? He's turned it on here in the second half, had 9 in the first, 14 points in the second, a total of 23 points for Simpson.
Put that foul on Justin Cave, his second. Deckard goes out, Koneman back in for GC. Non-shooting, that's the last foul to give before the bonus. Exactly 2 minutes to go. Brock back out to Oliver, left corner Dang, 3 ball good. Wow, good ball movement. They got the open look and the shot by Dang. Jordan with a triple off the back iron. Koneman saves it, but right into the hands of Jules. 100 seconds left. They get it into Dang. He'll lay it in and is fouled. And this one's slipping away from the Bobcats.
Yeah, that might be a dagger there from USC Aiken. When the game gets in transition, they've had the advantage here, no doubt.
Simpson gets his 3rd personal. Dang will shoot a follow-up. 88-79. Try to make it a 10-point lead with only 1:35 left. The freshman will knock it in. And Coach Vanderslice with a timeout for the Pacers. We'll stay here with a 30-second timeout charged.
Dang's now up to 14 points. That brings it to 5 players in double figures now for USC Aiken. And that's been the story all year for them, and I think it will continue to be. They're going to be a very successful team because they've got Brock, who puts up 24, pretty much all on 2s. And then Gus Rowland with that speed at the point guard spot. 6 for 13 shooting. He's got 15. Dang has 14. He's 4 for 7 from 3, leading their team in 3-pointers today. And DeMontez Oliver, 12. Shaquan Jules had 11. A couple of 3s from Tackaberry. I mean, overall, they are tough to beat because Georgia College has a 1-2 punch that's really hard to top. But when you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punch, that's how you do it.
Yeah, it's hard to defend against 5 guys that are getting the job done. Koneman inside, pushes it up there and it rolled off, and then he's going to be called for a follow-up foul. His 4th of the day. And we'll walk to the north free throw line with 1:25 left.
Koneman was so good in the first half. He's left some points here on the table in the second.
Yeah, shaking his head as he comes in front of us.
Overall, don't want to take away from the performance he had. 16 points on the day, but could have easily had 20.
Jules buys the bonus. Deckard in, Koneman out for Georgia College. And Aiken has exploded for 90 here. He came in averaging 78 a ball game. Make it 76.
Yeah, you're generally not going to win when you give up 91. No matter how well you shoot.
Wesley Simpson can't get the triple. Gets it back again on a tip out and comes up short. That one is out of bounds on the baseline. Tried to save it to Justin Cave, but he floated across the end line.
Well, Scott, think about it this way. Georgia College is shooting 53.3% from three, 52.7% from the field. Still, since you allowed 91 points, you're down double figures here at the end of the game. The defense has to tighten up.
Right. And that is very unusual for a Mark Gaines team. They usually play strong defense, but you've just got the length and the size, the height of the Pacers and the athleticism. Just hard to compete against it. Foul on Simpson is his fourth, and it will be 1-1 for Rowland. That's the 9th team foul on GC here in the second half. Rowland almost threw himself off balance putting that first one up. And the lead expands to 13.
Georgia College is coming off scoring 100 points, and now they're not too far away from allowing it here.
Rowland makes it 93. 17 points for him on the day. Justin Cave gonna bomb a three. It's no good, but he got fouled and will shoot a triple at the free throw line. Foul is on Dang, his first of the day and just the fourth on the team in the half. So Justin will shoot 3 free throws, 76.5% at the line for the graduate of Islands High over in Savannah. Carl DeMasi was his head coach there. Member of the National Honor Society. 2 for 2 for Justin. Second year with the Bobcat program. Averages about 20.5 minutes a ball game. And he got that one to go. Made all three. He's got 6 points. Did we get a foul on the inbounds play? Looked like it. A hold. And that'll be over the double bonus limit. 10th team foul on GC. And that one's on Richard Crawford.
Well, when I look at some numbers to try to tell our story of the game today, points in the paint is a huge one. 38 points in the paint from Aiken.
Can't give up that many points in the paint. Not in any level.
Right. And then 20 points off of turnovers as well. Those are my two numbers for you.
Rowland drops down 2 free throws, and Coach Vanderslice with a final timeout, possibly leading by 13, 95-82 with 1:02 to go. This one was close for a while, and then all of a sudden it just blew up on the Bobcats. GC was within 4 points at 80-76 with 3:39 to go, and the Pacers went on, let's see, what a 9-3 run to open things up. It's a double-digit lead, and now they've stretched it out to 13. And it looks like they're going to try and force the Bobcats to take some time off the clock by pressing defensively. Crawford drops it ahead. Jordan Thomas with an off-balance shot for 3, and that missed badly. And Justin Cave commits his third foul.
99% of the time, I'd never question Jordan's shot selection, but that one, not too sure about.
I'm sure he would like to have it back again as well.
Yeah.
So here's Brock again. What a day for him. 24 points in the contest. Make it 25 big points for the leading scorer for the Pacers coming into this one. He averaged 17. Brandon Thomas sits down for GC. 97 points now for the Pacers. 26 of them by Brock. And Crawford is fouled going to the other end. That's on Tackaberry. Only the 5th team foul.
Crawford's a crafty freshman. I'm looking forward to see what he has to offer. It's a smaller guy. It's about 5'11", the only guy on the floor pretty much outside of maybe Roland, who is under 6 feet tall. But he has a lot to bring to the table. I'm interested to see what he has. Usually when you have guys that short, they have some very specialized skill sets that they bring.
First team all-region player there at Greenbrier in Evans, Georgia. GC to inbound it by our bench. Long bomb, NBA 3 for Georgia College's Justin Cave. And Mark Gaines will use his final timeout. Cave up to 9 points. And that thing was between the rings as he dropped it from long range.
Yeah, Cave had taken a couple of those today. Didn't make any until that time. And 44 seconds left for Georgia College. 43 combined points from Wesley Simpson and Jordan Thomas today. They combined 6 for 12 from 3, both dead on 50%.
Again, the shooting is not an issue. They have gotten the job done, putting it down from long range and 2-point shots. It's just we can't stop the Pacers today. They are shooting well and using their athleticism and length to get a lot of shots to go. Pacers will have to go against a full court press by the Bobcats. 5-on-4 on the floor.
We are likely going to finish the game today with both teams shooting at or above 50% from the field.
Incredible. Well, they threw it behind the line, which is legal. Some of the Bobcat officials thought that the first pass was inbounds. And 2 shots for Brock. They are approaching the century mark with still 40 seconds to go and a 13-point lead. Brock can try to get up to 28 points in the game himself, and he does. Wesley for 3. Yes, sir. 25 now for Wesley Simpson. And another foul on GC, and not giving up, but sometimes you got to just pull it back. And a foul on Crawford, his second personal foul. They've got 3 on him now, pardon me. And so they can go above 100 points today with Roland at the stripe.
Roland is a really good free throw shooter, too.
They hit the century mark against GC. Well, you mentioned that the last time the Bobcats played, they scored 100, and now they give up 100.
Yep.
One more try for Roland. And the lead back to 13 with 35 ticks left. Wesley gets across midcourt, gonna pop another triple and rang it off the rim. Follow-up shot no good by Crawford. Dang gets the loose ball, and the Bobcats are just gonna pull it back. And Coach Vanderslice says no shot. So that will do it here at Centennial as Aiken comes in and takes both games of this Peach Belt Conference doubleheader. The Bobcats fell in the women's game 70-57, and the Pacers pounding the Bobcats with 101 points today. The two marks shake hands across the way. The head coaches, 101-88. The Pacers over the Bobcats in a blistering basketball game, and both teams are going to be around 50% or better from the floor on the day. And the Bobcats above 50% in three-ball shooting. See if we can get those final stats.
Yeah, both teams finished dead on 50%. USC Aiken 33 of 66, Georgia College 31 of 62. Their official stats here to wrap up the game. Fyson Brock, 28 points, leading the way for SC Aiken. Gus Rowland had 21. Dill Dang had 17. Shaquan Jules had 12. Jules had 13. Oliver had 12. In terms of rebounds, they were led by Fyson Brock with 8. Georgia College had 26 from Wesley Simpson. He led the way. He'll be a candidate for Bobcat Athlete of the Week this week. Jordan Thomas had 20 points and a couple of assists. Also for Georgia College, Brandon Thomas and Justin Cave had 9 each. Christian Koneman had 16.
Bobcats on the boards got shut down there 36-27. Simpson had a double-double with 10 rebounds to go with his 26 points as well. And for the Pacers, their leading rebounder was Brock with 8, so he just missed his own double-double. Gracious, what a night shooting. Bobcats 18 of 36 from three-point land and 31 of 62 for the ball game. Pacers were 33 for 66 overall and 10 of 26 from long range for 38.5%. We'll talk with the Bobcat mentor. And Gano, not an issue of bad shooting. We did a great job at 50%, both long range and overall, but got to play some defense sometimes. I guess the athleticism and the length of the Pacers really hurt us.
Yeah, everything hurt us, I think, Scott. They're a good team. Faison Brock is first team all Peach Belt, like we knew he was going to be, 28-8. He's just such a problem against a zone because, first off, they have Oliver that's a good shooter. Gus Rowland's a very good shooter. Ding is a good shooter. Tackleberry made some shots tonight. He's a good shooter. So all their guards can shoot. They have 2 5-men. We didn't have an answer for number 12, Jules. He's the most athletic big guy in the league. And then Brock just killed us at high post. You know, give them credit. And, you know, we shot 50% from the floor, 50% from 3, and 89 from the line, but we just didn't make. I got this this wild sense that, you know, that I thought we were going to win the game down 8 with a minute, because it's never over.
Sure.
But give them credit. They made 25 out of 25 foul shots, Scott. I don't know if I've ever seen 25 for 25.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so we were down 6, 8. I think we cut it to 4 maybe, and then we fouled. And we fouled too much today. The referees did a fine job. But we fouled them too much inside. We had personal fouls. We had 22 personal fouls. So we fouled too much, and they did a good job of guarding us with their length and athleticism. But they're as good as teams we've seen this year. You know, they're good. They're a good team. And, you know, we held them to, from the 3, 38%, 10 for 26. You can live with that, but you can't live with 25 for 25 from the foul line. So let's just say they go 18 for 25. 7 points.
It's a different ballgame.
Yeah, it comes down to the last little bit. So give them all the credit. They're very well coached. Coach Vanderslice, he's one of my closer friends in the league. But we were trying to finish the game with a couple threes, and maybe they would miss a free throw, and man, all of a sudden, if it's a 6-point game, things get kind of tight.
Sure.
But 25 for 25 from the free throw line, Scott, you got to give them all the credit. I didn't think we were very sharp defensively. But give credit to number 2. He just he destroyed our defense.
Yeah, he just took over the ball game for
Yes.
us. For
good.
them, rather.
And he didn't come out. Played 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. I knew he played all 20 minutes of the first half, and now I see, he played the entire ball game. A slow start for the Bobcats. I mean, you only had 3 points. You had to burn a couple of timeouts. That's very unusual for you.
Yeah, so It's actually this year. It's actually been kind of how we've been playing. Like Pembroke, we got off to a great start, and then we come back at Flagler and got off to a very poor start. We went to Clayton, actually got off to a very poor start. We were down 10 with 10 to go in the first half.
Wow.
So we hadn't started very well, but we don't start practice very well. And so I have to look at that and see why aren't we starting well? Is it the starting lineup? I look at these numbers and, Austin Sloan, he's a freshman going against those big guys. He had 4 fouls. He played hard, but they are 6'10", 230, 240. So he was in foul trouble. I thought Christian Koneman played the best game I've seen him play as a Bobcat. I'm very proud of him. Played 24 minutes, led all of our forwards. And Chris Parks, did okay, 5 points, got 1 rebound. We just need him to rebound the ball better. Austin Deckard, 0 rebounds. AJ, 0 rebounds. If you look at our numbers, Sloan, 0 rebounds. Cave only got 3 and 31. We need everybody to Brandon, 2 and 25. We need everybody to rebound the ball better. But they are very talented, even though they don't have a lot of depth. They're good.
Yeah.
What'd you see, Scott?
I saw the same thing, Coach. My goodness, they just have so much athleticism. I love Roland.
Me too.
He's so fast as a point guard. He can get down the lane in such a hurry.
And sometimes when you see on film, it doesn't do him any justice.
Right.
You see him, you don't know.
Right.
You think he's quick. Yeah, and I put Cat quick on our scouting report, but until you see him in person, that dude's a jet.
Yeah.
There's not many jets like that in the Peach Belt that can. Not only he's fast with the ball.
Right.
He is fast with the basketball. He is a good player, all-conference player. If I look at their list, Brock's an all-conference player. Ding's probably freshman of the year right now. Averaging 10, 12 points a game as a freshman. Roland's an all-conference player. There's not a more athletic forward than Jules. And Hill's a big guy. He's been a winner for them for 4 years. He's a good player. I thought we did some nice things against him in our offense, and the coach took him out and played because Jules can guard. He's one of those rare guys in our league that can literally guard 1 through 5.
Wow.
He is. You really can't take advantage of his. He's about 6'7", and he's got nimble feet, soft hands, and he's good. They're good.
Yep, they are good.
So it's not all bad.
You had another good one with Wesley Simpson. He just filled up the stat sheet here. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, a couple of blocks. Wesley was just trying to put the team on his back here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not an offensive thing. If you look at these stats, Wendell and I were talking about the other day. In the last 6 years, when we shoot 50% from the floor, we win 85% of the time. Well, now it's probably 84% of the time because we shot 50% from the floor and lost the game. How is that? And it just give them credit. Our defense wasn't very good. We actually started out man, and we were kind of subbing them 5 in, 5 out. That didn't work. I was just trying to motivate the guys to play better defense and our man. But we're just not a man-to-man team, Scott. I'm trying to force that issue a little bit. We're a zone team.
Yeah.
We're a triangle 2 team. We're a zone team. We kind of have to junk it up. But we junked it up. Our man, I guarantee they scored 75% against our man defense tonight. So, give them credit. They're really good. But that's impressive. 25 for 25.
Indeed. Well, turn it around. You got a couple of days to get ready for Columbus.
Yeah, another good team. That's one thing I really like about the Peach Belt. And, I just want my guys to finish the game, play hard. Obviously nothing dirty, but we want to foul them and get them to the line. And because maybe you never know, maybe we make a couple threes and we build some momentum. If we don't even win the game, we build some momentum for maybe one player going into the Columbus game. But they're just good. 101 points.
That's
at
right.
Home. We've given up 98 to Flagler, and we've given up 101 to Aiken, and we're 0-2 at home. And we're scoring average 93, 94 points a game at home. So that's not Georgia College.
We have to turn around.
Hey, thanks Scott. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mark Gaines, the head coach of the Bobcat men, as Georgia College falls today 101-88 for Luke. I'm Scott, and thanks to Thompson for taking care of business up top. We'll talk to you again Wednesday for Georgia College basketball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.